Business with a servant's heart. Welcome to the podcast. Inspiration, motivation takes. Listen to the podcast. We're all about to talk about life. Our guests will share their life story. We want you to success in life and business. We're ready and we will start shortly. We're gonna talk about life. We're going to speak on business. You're gonna shine bright. We are going to witness. Business with a servant's heart. With hosts Steve, Ramona, and Ray. Inspiration, education talks. Listen to the podcast.
BrainShare Business Mentors proudly presents BrainShare.us, the ultimate business education platform, delivering the proven systems, processes, tools, and knowledge that empower you to build the business of your dreams. With 13 high-powered courses encompassing over 240 lessons accessed online on your schedule. Running a business is the hardest thing you'll ever do. We've helped thousands of business owners gain the leadership, communication, and business skills needed to build the business of their dreams. We can help you. Choose your learning path. Scuba Squad is the premier membership program for today's business leaders with access to all BrainShare material and double our money-back guarantee. BrainShare Basics, the ultimate business framework course, a hard-hitting 13-week program to lay the necessary foundation to build the business of your dreams. Or take individual courses as you need them. Every course has dozens of lessons, with video, practical exercises, precise documentation, and the opportunity for direct feedback from a BrainShare mentor. All programs have our exclusive 30-day money-back guarantee. No questions asked, don't wait. Choose your path and start today.
Welcome, everyone, to Doing Business with a Servant's Heart podcast. Doing business and life with a purpose. Serving others, yes, achieving success. I'm your host, Steve Ramona. We created this show for you because we want everyone to be motivated, inspired, and educated to make an impact in the world. How will you serve today? And what impact will you create today as you listen to my incredible guest? I want to thank my two sponsors, BrainShare.us, drive business success and sustainability with BrainShare Business Mentors, where your business flourishes and your vision comes to life. Check out the link in the show notes after the show. And then pitchdb.com. Imagine have the opportunity to be a guest on 3 million podcasts, speak at over 18,000 conferences, and much, much more. This will build your thought leader platform with incredible opportunities to show who you really are and build your expertise. With that being said, we're going to impact today. We're going to talk about something that's a topic that can be, I don't want to say disturbing, but could be private. But we're going to get into it because I think it's a game changer for your business and your life. Cam, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you, Steve.
So you jump from, we talked earlier that, I was part of health clubs for 20 years. You're a PT. And what did you learn being a PT about people?
Absolutely. So being a personal trainer for Nike, I started to go into the gym myself. I just became a gym rat when I was 16. I played high school football freshman and sophomore year of high school. And I was about 130 pounds, 5'10". I was a small fry. I'm now 6'1". I put on a bunch more weight, but back then I was getting my ass handed to me. And so I wasn't having any fun. So I decided to quit and I wanted to go put on weight. And by the end of my high school career, I was about 6'1" and 165, 170. And so I found a love for fitness because I saw the results. I saw what hard work did. And so that kept me going through college. I kept pushing weights. I kept working out, staying healthy, staying fit. I realized when I got to college, there's something called kinesiology. I can do fitness for a living. Well, that sounds nice. Let's do that. It was something I was passionate about. I enjoyed, something that fulfilled me. And so that's what I went into. It was challenging, but really, really fun and really useful as well. And so afterwards, as I was finishing up college, I was kind of front desk boy. at a local athletic club. And then that just organically transitioned into a personal training gig. That was in downtown Portland. I soon thereafter transitioned over to Nike, and I was a personal trainer there for about 5 years. I got to work with some amazing athletes, some amazing individuals, see some pretty incredible transformations. It was really, really fulfilling. So that's kind of what got me started.
Yeah, and you learn a lot about people when you're working with fitness, because that's, again, is a private matter. People want to lose weight and stuff. They're not out there on the internet going, hey, I'm 300 pounds and I'm overweight and I'm fat. You know, these people don't do that. Yeah. It's a private, like we're going to get into in a minute here. So you took that and you found confidence, and it's big with PT, private training. Yeah. It's big because you got to have confidence. I know working with people, they didn't have confidence, they usually weren't successful. How did you learn confidence being so important?
That's a beautiful question. I was working on my own personal confidence without knowing I was working on it. And my entire story starts from fitness. It starts from the gym. That is my foundation. And I'm 31 years old now, and it's still something that I haven't gone for 15 years. I haven't gone more than a week without working out, because I dedicated myself. I told myself from the very beginning, I'm not going to quit. This is something I'm going to have in my life for my entire life. So that within itself, when you stick to something for a really long time, you see the results, that right there builds a lot of confidence. That is one aspect of it. There's so many other aspects that I'll touch on, but just sticking to something that is difficult, sticking to something that's really hard over time, not quitting, keeping your word to yourself, that builds an immense amount of confidence. I didn't know I was doing that over time. I didn't know I was doing that when I was in college. I just knew I was lifting weights and I was staying consistent and I was getting up early or going in late, whatever it might have been. I just knew that I was chasing my goals. At the time, I was young, 20 years old. I just wanted the big arms and the abs and whatnot. What I didn't know what I was doing was building discipline, confidence, practicing my perseverance and adversity muscles, practicing patience, all of these things that relate to business, relationships, every corner of our life. That's why this is such a strong foundation for me, because everything else stems from the lessons that I learned, especially the confidence, because I eventually got the arms and the abs and everything I was looking for. So now you're more confident in your physical appearance, but then you prove to yourself, like I said, that you can handle hard things over time, that you can bounce back, that you can handle pain, the discomfort of life. And there's a lot of internal confidence that comes from those realizations as well.
I like this because I haven't had a confidence coach or somebody that teaches confidence on my show, and I've done 350 shows, because that's a big part of passion. So I'm assuming passion's got to come before confidence, right?
I was super passionate about fitness, and fitness was my vehicle to become more confident.
How did Nike, so your background in Nike, you went to Nike, loved, like you said, but was something that wasn't passionate about. So how did that help with your confidence working in a big corporation like that?
So going to Nike, personal training there for 5 years, then transitioning into a research and development role. So the personal training aspect was a huge confidence boost. I mean, getting to Nike itself gave me a lot of confidence because it was an achievement. It's one of the pinnacles in the Northwest to train at. They have a phenomenal campus. They have 5 gyms on their campus. I got to work with some pretty incredible athletes. And so just those accomplishments, when we see our hard work pay off, we become more confident, right? And then achieving more goals. I saw this research and development position that I wanted to transition into and try, and then achieve that after trying for 4 or 5 years to get that role, interviews, informational interviews, et cetera, all these things that kind of pushed me out of my comfort zone, and eventually getting that achievement, that also builds confidence, right? When we work so hard for something, when we see a goal, when we have something in mind, we work hard to get it, and then we eventually get it, there's a lot of confidence that comes along with that. So it's kind of been stair steps in my lifetime, because to get to that point, to get that position, to get to where I got at Nike as a whole, required me to dip into my tool belt, where I created all these tools from fitness, all of the perseverance, all of the patience, everything that I had been taught by fitness, I was able to relate to now this corporate business setting.
I love that. Discipline's another thing that, as you were talking, comes. If you're disciplined and you never miss a workout. I love working out. When I miss, it's the worst thing in my life. No, I can't say that, but it's not a good day. So this is all good, Cam, and I'm loving what you're saying. But somebody out there is listening, going, okay, but how's it help my business?
That's a great question. That's a great point. If you listen to any of these top dogs, the Ed Miletts of the world, the Tony Robbinses of the world, listen to what they say about health and fitness. Watch their protocols, watch their programming. Are they overweight? No, there's a reason for that. The vast majority of these highly successful, high achievers, the vast majority of them are not overweight. They're actually pretty damn fit. Why is that? Because the mind and the body are so connected. So when we stay disciplined, when we, again, practice perseverance, patience, when we can bounce back from adversity, when we can prove to ourselves that we can do the uncomfortable things and show up day in and day out, I just described business right there. If you take out everything I just said about fitness, you edit all of that out and you just listen to those descriptors that I gave, you could overlay that into business. So anyone who's trying to build a business needs discipline. You need confidence. You need to be able to bounce back from adversity. You need to have all of those things that I mentioned enable you to succeed in your business. And that all came from just lifting some freaking iron.
And the ROI best part of this is it will increase your income, which the bottom line, we all need money. We were talking about living in California and Portland, the expenses are going up. That's something I think the ROI, I'm not a big fan of that, but it's the elephant in the room. You're working, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an entrepreneur, you're an entrepreneur. We need to make money. We got all these bills to pay. So I like that. Now, so how does confidence spill over into the 85er, that employee that's got the president, the managers, the directors, whoever? How's confidence help them?
Absolutely. When you have confidence to ask for what you want, you're going to be a lot more successful. When you've told yourself, no, I deserve this. I'm strong. I'm a solid human, because you've proved to yourself that you are a solid human, that you're bulletproof, because you've bounced back from everything in life, that all the spoonfuls of shit that life has given you, or that you've put on your own plate, you've bounced back, you've proven to yourself that you're worthy of more. And when you believe that you're worthy of more, you can ask for more. You can do more in life. You just feel like you are wearing this bulletproof vest and no one can do anything to you. And people have to say yes to you. People have to give you what you want. And your own personal value raises and you emit that energy. And when you emit that energy, people feel that. So you walk into your boss's office for this meeting and you don't shy away into this corner saying, no, I can't ask for that money. I don't deserve it. I'm so scared of rejection. No, you say, I deserve this shit. I'm going to ask for it. I might get rejected. That's part of life. But at least I have the confidence to ask for what I want, because I've proven to myself that I believe I deserve this. I am deserving, so I'm going to ask. So that's just one small aspect. And then boom, you never know unless you ask. You might just get a 10% raise because you proved your value, because you showed, hey, I have these KPIs, I have all these metrics. This is why I'm deserving of a 10% raise. This is what I'm asking for.
That flips over to sales too. What you just did works 8 to 5, and it's same thing as sales. Always ask, and I love that. Decision making is important here too, because if you're walking in that meeting going, God, do I ask? Do I not? Do I ask? And you're indecisive and you don't do anything. That's worse than asking or not asking. I mean, you can walk in and not ask, and you've made a decision. Talk about decision tied to confidence.
Absolutely. The decisions you make in life. So I'm a big believer that we are one decision away from a completely different life. That can be a really overwhelming thought, but when we have confidence in our own decision-making skills, and we've built that confidence to make the right decisions in life, we're going to choose the right path in life, right? And we've all been set up with different decisions in life. Every day we're making decisions. Do we take something as small as taking a left turn versus a right turn on the road? Or do I come on this podcast or no? Do I take on this client or no? Do I ask for the raise or the promotion or no? All of those decisions lead to a completely different life. You got to choose what you want in life. And when you choose what you want in life, having the confidence to actually follow that path and to understand that you having confidence in those decisions, not second guessing yourself, but following those decisions, that leads to a phenomenal life because you trusted yourself. And that trust within is so important. The stats show that our first inclination, our first decision is usually the right one. When we start second guessing ourselves, we start making mistakes. So when we have confidence in our own decision making skills, we're going to be so much better off. Science has actually proven that. So it's powerful stuff. Yeah.
It really is. And it's all about energy, because indecision is the worst decision. It'll cause more havoc in your life than anything, because you make the wrong decision. Let's use your story. Went from PT, working at Nike. It wasn't your passion. So you made a decision to start your own business. You know, a million people out there listening going, that's scary, but he took the decision to do it. You're flourishing. And I look at my life, 1980, I'm working at a health club. I'm 62 now. It's 2024. I'm a podcast host and a TV host. I never would have thought that in my 20s and 30s. That's powerful. Now,
what gave you I'm so sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
What gave you the confidence to start your podcast and start your TV show?
I wanted to promote my clients. And I knew when I serve people, my confidence goes up, because then you get that email. And that's a great question. Thank you. I get a great email that says, hey, thank you for those great introductions. Man, I just made some money, or I'm now involved here. I'm in a door opened here that I never thought would have opened. And that's powerful. My confidence is skyrocketing. I do 3 to 10 referrals a day because I know it builds my confidence, but also builds other people's confidence by serving them.
Great. You have proven results, which help build the confidence. That's as simple as it gets right there.
This is so good. This is so good for people, life and business. I know it's doing business with a servant's heart, but I always say it should be doing business and life with a servant's heart, because they spill over all the time. As you're talking, this one word kept coming up to me, is habits. I think they're vital. You just said it. I'm never going to miss a workout again. I'm going to be consistent. My habit is to work out. People go, wow, do I have to work out in the morning? No, just habit of doing it. Talk about habits and how that builds your confidence.
Absolutely. Starting any new habit is really difficult. We all have, well, I won't say all, but a lot of us have bad habits, and stopping those is really difficult. And starting new habits can be really difficult. Difficult habits like fitness can be really challenging to start because no one wants to do it. Our evolutionary brain says stay out of discomfort. Our lizard brain says do anything to stay out of pain and uncomfortable situations, because 20,000 years ago, uncomfortable situations meant a potential for a lack of survival. It might have meant the saber-toothed tiger was coming. It might have meant another tribe was attacking us. So our brains learned stay out of discomfort, and that's why we're such an unhealthy culture right now, because the human brain looks for comfort. We look to stay in our own four walls. We look for Uber Eats. We look for porn. We look for all these things that are easy because our brain wants simple and easy. But creating a new habit that is challenging, like fitness, like making 100 cold calls a day, or even getting good at being on the phone, or asking VCs for money, or setting up appointments, whatever these challenging things are, these habits those are difficult. Those are difficult things. But if we can get in the habit of them, our life becomes so much easier. And that becomes the, not plateau.
Baseline.
Baseline. Thank you. That level of discomfort becomes our baseline. And now that's our everyday life. So going to the gym every morning. Before, when I was 15 years old, that sucked. I was in pain. That was uncomfortable. I'm sore. Nothing about it was good, but I kept doing it. And then your baseline is up. 2 years later, and that's just what you have to do every day. Okay, now I'm starting this new business and I need to be making 100 phone calls a day. I'm getting rejected 99 times out of 100. This is uncomfortable, but you do it for a year and that becomes your new baseline. You stair stepped up. Okay, now my business is flourishing and I need to start talking to VCs. I need to start making meetings and connections and asking for money. 99 out of them are rejecting me out of the 100. But now I just stair step and I'm on this new baseline again. So that's the way to keep pushing the ceiling, is to create new habits, create new baselines, and new levels of productive pain is what I call it. These are levels of productive pain. And when we can invite productive, because there's a difference between breaking your leg, that's not good pain, right? That's not productive. But productive pain is pushing the ceiling, pushing the limits, doing the uncomfortable things, going up to that guy or girl that you find attractive and asking them out, talking to them, getting their number, whatever. That's productive pain. That could be your wife or your husband later down the road, or you get rejected. Yeah. There's a risk there. With all of these things come risk, right? The risk of pain in a workout, the risk of rejection from a VC, the risk of rejection from a female or a male, whatever it might be. But there's so much to gain by going up that stair step, right? You get this new baseline. You've pushed the ceiling of discomfort. And that's how you level up in life. That's how you get to your goals. Your goals aren't down here. That's why we say go up to your goals. That's why our goals are up here, because we're stair stepping to them. It's a process. And habits, creating those habits, are the only way to get to that goal.
Yeah, that should be balled up into a little quote somewhere, because that's exactly it. You just get better. And that's the problem with exercise. People work too hard. They jump on a treadmill and run for 45 minutes and they're so sore the next day they quit. Using that same mentality, you probably taught that as a PT, that's why you were so successful, is start today, a year from now will just be different. Get 1% better every day.
It's a slow process.
It's a slow, I love that baseline scale and risk. I want to know something personal about Cam Schwartz.
Yeah.
What does Cam do on a Friday night?
I have a really not fun answer for you, Steve. I've been called a square. Okay. I am not the most exciting person in the world. I've always been very driven, very ambitious, and very goal oriented. And I know what that takes. And this might speak to a lot of your audience, because I'm sure your audience can resonate with this. I've always known what I wanted in life, and that is to learn, grow, develop, evolve, and reach my goals. So I'm not a party animal. I can count maybe on one or two hands how many times I've been drunk. I don't do drugs. I am at home on a Friday night, typically with my dog, listening to a podcast, a TED Talk, maybe watching a documentary, learning something. There's so much to learn out there. I want to learn about crypto. I want to learn about the financial system. I want to learn about psychology, relationships, business. There's so much to learn, and we're only on this planet for a short amount of time. Yeah. And I want to squeeze out every ounce of information that I can out of this life so that I can get to my goals. Because when I'm not doing that, I feel like I'm wasting life. Now, that's not to say I don't have fun. I'm out dating. I'm doing fun things. I am enjoying life. I go on vacations here and there. But I'm speaking in general, 8 to 9 times out of 10 Friday nights, I'm at home respecting my peace, decompressing from the week, because I've had a lot of meetings. I've had to make a lot of decisions, and I've got to respect my own mental health. And so if I'm grinding super hard throughout the week, going from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m., whatever it might be, I'm pushing myself in the gym. I'm wringing myself real thin here. I need to respect my own mental health. I need to respect my space. I need to respect my me time and my recharge time, because I need to show up the next week and do the exact same damn thing week in, week out. And the only way I'm going to be effective is if I recharge properly. And so I recharge, I listen to podcasts, TED Talks, interviews, whatever it might be, and I learn new perspectives, ideas, anything that life can really teach me. I'm a lifelong student. And so it's really not a fun answer, Steve, but it's a real answer, and it's productive, and I think more people in my generation, maybe all generations, need to hear is to respect your own mental health, your own peace, and learn as much as you freaking can, because life is short. And if you're not chasing something, in my opinion, you're wasting a lot of time.
Great answer. More than I thought, which I was hoping would be, because I could tell who you are. I'm the same way. And everybody, electric vehicles, we have tons of them out there. You got to take them to a battery, charging station and charge them. We're no different. We're all made of energy, electricity. We need to. I love that. So I appreciate that answer. And then the transparency. By the way, on Fridays, my wife works and I'm home doing the same thing. So I know exactly how you feel.
I was just going to ask. I was going to ask, what does a Friday night for Steve look like?
Got to shut down. I probably do 8 to 10 meetings a day. So I've probably done 30 to 50 meetings in the week, plus podcasts and TV shows. Yeah, and mental health can be as tiring as a marathon run or powerlifting, where it tires your muscles out. Your brain gets tired too. And that's what I love that you mentioned that, coming from the PT private training, your mental health has to be taken care of just as well as your physical health. And It's a powerful tool. So,
and one thing I want to add to that is the physical health aspect of this. Is I feel so blessed to have started down this health, fitness, kinesiology, personal training path early on in life, because it allowed me to really realize my full potential and take care of my health at an early age, instead of F around and spend tons of money on alcohol, doing drugs. And there's not, our younger years are for experimenting. I'm not trying to shame anyone who does that. This is just my own personal journey. It just wasn't for me. And I'm so grateful that life found me, because I'm not spending loads of money. When you're 20 years old and you're a broke college student, spending $100 or $200 a month on alcohol or weed or whatever it might be is a lot of money. And back when I was in college, that's when Bitcoin came out. And if you put $100 or $200, you just didn't drink for a month, you reallocated, you sacrificed the now for the later. You did a little bit of research, like I was talking about on Friday nights, and you were open-minded and you looked for opportunities instead of going out, getting shit-faced, saving yourself $100. You could be a multi-millionaire right now. That is the importance. That is the importance to me of staying home on a Friday night, researching, not getting shit-faced, recovering my mental health, my physical health, and staying down this beautiful, healthy lifestyle that I've built for myself, so I can stay around for a long time, stay mentally sharp, and keep after what I want in life.
I love it. This has been an incredible show. I know people are going to want to reach out to you. How can they reach out to you, Cam?
Absolutely. They can find me on my website at www.theconfidencecoach.biz, or they can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube at The Confidence Coach #3.
Beautiful. And reach out to them. And this show had a lot of great tidbits. I mean, habits, psych, evolutionary, confidence, all these things that you might want to listen to over and over again. So use the forward and reverse buttons to listen over and over again. Like he was saying on Friday nights, like I do, documentaries, you watch them 2 or 3 times, you pick up different things. Do that with this podcast. Me and Cam would love for you to watch the whole podcast or listen to the whole podcast. But if you only find 5 or 10 minutes that resonate with you, stick to those, because if it changes your life, we're going to be extremely happy. Don't forget about my TV show, Together We Serve, every Friday at 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. And Doing Business with a Servant's Heart swag. Put that on your chest, your hat, your head, with a hat, a hoodie, t-shirt. Let's spread this message out to the world, because I think if we do that, the world will change. And as always, me and Cam, thank you so much for listening or watching to this podcast. And we'll see you again the next episode of Doing Business with a Servant's Heart.